Hello everyone. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Sai.
Good morning everyone.
Good morning, Sai.
Good morning all.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. Shall we start our class?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in today's class, we are going to discuss one important topic, that is one of the Amazon Web Services, that is Route 53. Route 53. I have PPT further. Let me open it up. Route 53. So let's see what is this Route 53. Route 53 is Amazon's DNS service, domain name system. DNS means domain name system. It is Amazon's DNS service. So why they have given the name 53? Because DNS port number is 53. Just like we have SSH 22, HTTP 80, HTTPS 443, like DNS port number is 53. And with that, they have given the name called Route 53. With that, Route 53. Now, first of all, what is the purpose of DNS? DNS, the purpose of DNS is to convert IP address to user-friendly name, like see here. Let me explain. If you want to access Google, here what I do, if I know Google's IP address, instead of typing google.com, here I can give Google IP address. Actually, that is the thing. I have to give IP address. Google server's IP address. You remember the web server we created, right? Web server. That time I have shared one IP address. So if I want to access Google server, I need to give Google's IP address. But can I remember that IP address? Suppose if I ask you, hey, earlier we created web server. Okay, please tell me that IP address. So you can't say that one because you can't remember, right? So we can't remember IP addresses. And machine cannot understand names. Actually, here you have to give IP address only. Machine cannot understand names. Here, this is my laptop. This is Google server. Okay. You can't remember Google server's IP address, and Google server cannot understand names. Okay, simple. You know, right? You save 4 numbers with some names, correct? In your phone, you save 4 numbers with some name. Okay. Why? Because you can't remember 4 numbers, and your cell phone cannot understand names. It needs a number, correct or not? But you can't remember those numbers. That's why you save that number with some name. So that when you refer the name back end, that will be referred to that number. And then you can make a call. Telephone directory, you know, right? Okay. You open the directory. In that, you can see the name respect to number. So here, same thing. We can't remember IP addresses. Machine cannot understand names. So to address this issue, we have a server called DNS server. DNS. Okay, DNS. So when you type google.com, this is what we call domain name or DNS name. You can call domain name or DNS name. www.google.com. It's a domain name or you can call DNS name. When you type, okay, your DNS server is right. So in the DNS server, they have mentioned clearly that, okay, google.com. Its IP address is this one, so and so. Okay, and facebook.com. Its IP address is so and so. When you type Google, that request will go to DNS server first. And it will take respect to IP. That request will go to through IP. Communication happens through IP. Response will come in the same manner. IP reverse in the reverse order. So DNS server is responsible to convert name to IP address and IP to name. Okay, name to IP address and IP address to name. Okay, that's the purpose of DNS server. Understanding, right? See, DNS is used to convert human-friendly domain names into IP addresses and vice versa. You know, right? The purpose of IP address. Okay, every machine should have one IP address. It's kind of unique. You can think of numerical name. You have two IPs, IP4 and IP6, that already you know. That's the purpose of DNS. Now, just like the way public IP is unique, right? You know, right? Public IP is unique. Okay. So for that, we have to attach. We are attaching one name that also should be unique. The domain name also should be unique. Correct or not? Okay. Suppose if I attach a same domain name like google.com to two IP addresses, then when you type google.com, whether the request should go to this IP or this IP. IP means it is having on server, right? So in the same manner, every public IP should be attached to one domain name. Not should be, that's up to you if you can't remember the number. Okay, just like the way we have unique public IPs, in the same manner, we have unique domain names. Unique. Okay. So to have vast number of unique domain names, they have divided into subcategories. Okay, just to increase the number. Those are top level domain names, second top level, third top level, like that. Top level, second level, like see here. .com is right. That is top level domain name. .com, .in, .uk, like that. .org, okay, like that. These are top level domain names. The last word in the domain name represents top level domain. Either you can call domain name or DNS name, both are same. To just make it unique. See, India is it. In India, there could be so many other departments, right? We have one more uniqueness here. They are giving .gov.in, Government of India, .edu.in, Education Department in India. See here. Second level that we call second level domain names. Just to increase the number, to make it unique. To make it unique. Understanding, right? In that manner. For example, right? Number plate, car number plate. Okay. If you see DL, Delhi. In that Delhi, suppose you have some 29 number is there. Okay, 29 and so. So for example, MH, Maharashtra. In that again, district wise, these are state wise. In that again, district wise, they give one more number. Then again, numbers like this. Okay, just to make it more, to increase the number. Understanding, right? That is how it works. So top level domain name, second level. Just like the way we have unique public IPs, to every public IP, if you want domain name, that also should be unique. Hey, suppose I want google.com, I can't get it because that is already engaged with Google company. That you can't get it. Okay. So from where you get these domain, you need to buy these domain names, guys. Just like the way you are buying this public IPs from AWS now, in the same manner, you have to buy unique domain names. Okay. If you buy the domain name, that will be with you forever. I mean, you need to renew again. Public IP, AWS is managing, right? You stop the server, that will be attached to some other machine. But that is not the case with the domain names. Because there could be limit to public IPs, but there won't be any limit to domain names, correct? We have a number of names. For example, see, google.com is there. Even if I remove one single word, this will be unique domain name. Okay. If I remove one word, that will be one more unique. Okay. Google 1, Google 2. Like that, there is no limit. For IPv4, there is a limit. But for domain names, there is no limit. You can use any of the word, right? Correct or not? That's why there is no limit. That's why if you buy any domain name, that will be with you as long as that you want. Okay. So there must be some organization backend. It should manage all these domain names. For example, I want google.com, but that is already engaged with Google company. So who is managing all these things at backend? Yes, there is one company called IANA. You can see IANA. I know. So this organization is responsible to manage global public IP access. Private IP, no need, right? Anyways, we can use again. Overseas global IP address allocation and also domain names here. Management of domain names. Okay, this organization is managing this one. Okay, this organization. Now, we can't buy everything. Okay, we can't directly go to this company. We can't buy those domain names. Correct or not? That's why these companies, authorizing some registers, domain registers we call domain registers. For example, Reserve Bank of India is an RBA. For every problem, you can't go to that RBA, go to Delhi and all. That's why it kept sub branches in every state. So that if you have any issues, you can go to this one. Okay, so that will be resolved. Backend, this is connected with main RBA. Correct or not? The same. See, central government is there. You are not getting water in your washroom. So you can't go to Delhi, you can't raise a complaint to Prime Minister. Correct or not? That's why. Why are they? They are there to listen our problems. Why we elected them? So that they can address our issues. My issue is I am not getting water in my washroom. So that is my issue. So they have to resolve. But I can't go to Delhi and I can't raise a complaint to Prime Minister every now and then. So that's why we have state governments. In that also we have district governments. In that also, local bodies, right? So I raise a complaint to them. If it is not getting resolved at this stage, they back in like that. Same, Supreme Court, state, court, High Court, then district court. If you are not getting justice here, you go to here. Not getting justice, you go to Supreme Court, like that. So here also, since this organization cannot manage all these things, that's why we have sub-registers or the domain registers. Those are GoDaddy, okay, domain sellers, Big Rock, okay, Big Rock, many domain registers are there. Backend, all these registers are linked to this organization IANB. So if you want to buy any domain name, you can buy from any of these domain registers. AWS is also one of the registers. You can buy from any of these registers. Backend, they will tie up with this main organization. Okay, these we call domain registers. You can buy from anyone. Suppose if you buy one domain name from this organization, GoDaddy, that same name cannot buy from other domain registered by someone else. You can't buy because these all are engaged, right? That entry will be stored here. When someone wants to buy the same name with other register, first it will verify whether that is engaged or not. So it will show that, hey, that is already registered. That's what this organization is managing all these things. Okay, those we call domain registers. Okay, AWS is also one register. Suppose I want to buy one domain name, so that domain name I can attach to my public IP whenever I want. Okay, I can attach that one to my public IP. So that instead of sharing public IP, if I have web server, instead of sharing for public IP to my customers because they can't remember IP address, what again I can give that domain name. Okay, that is how it works. Let me just show you. See here, if you want to buy any domain name, you can buy from AWS also. What you do, go to Route 53 under networking and content delivery. Go to Route 53. Here you can buy a domain name. You can buy. Let me just show you how to buy. Here you can see registered domains. Click that. Yeah. Say register domain. I want to buy one domain. Click here, register. Yeah, here you can buy. See here, .com. What is the extension that you want? Suffix, .com, .net, .org. What do you want? That's up to you. Can choose from all these lists. We can see .xyz, .website, .wiki, .envo, .vaccination. So many things are there. .service. N number of things are there. There is no limit. Okay, .org. Generally we use .com, .net, .org, .co, .info, something, right? Okay. So the popular one is .com, commercial. Okay, if you want to have website for any commercial purpose, we use .com. That is a popular one, but you can have, that's your name. That is up to you. Whatever you want, you can have. That is up to you. Okay. Like, okay, suppose I want .com. Okay. In that, which name you want? like sai.com. I want to have www.sai.com, but I need to verify. See here, when I click here check, it will verify whether that name is available or not in IANA. This AWS will verify. It is saying that, hey, sai.com is already taken by someone else. It is not available. You better choose some other name. See, they are giving suggestions. You can choose all these things. For example, I'll give one more site. Okay. sai.com. Check. That is also not available. Okay. I would like to have one more site. Just same like your email ID, guys. You need to make it unique. That is also not available. Oh my God. So hyphen, see here. I'll use sai test. See here. Triple site test. Should be available. Yes, it is available. Yeah. Now I can have domain with this one. sai.test.com, www.something. Just click here, add to cart. And see here, you want to register for how many years? If you are registering for 1 year, $12 per year. No, I want for 3 years, $36. That's it, like that. You can register. You can hold. So every year you have to register. Otherwise, that will be taken by someone else. You lose your domain. Got it? That is so. So after every that you have to renew. So okay, 3 years means $36. Then click here continue, and there you have to give your card details and all. Then you can buy the domain name. So after buying, if you give card details, then automatically that will be attached to your AWS accounts. Here, these are one which I purchased. Sai Cloud Expert. I mean, I'm not an expert, but that time when I was trying to buy, so that time I got this one unique, and I found it seems good. Okay, that's why I purchased this one. You can see saicloudexpert.com. These are one which I purchased. Suppose if you want to buy this one, you can't buy this one because already this is with me, right? You can't buy. See here, August 15th. This is valid till 2021 August 15th. After that, again I have to renew. That is how we buy domain names. Understood? We buy domain names, or you can call this one as DNS names. Okay, that is a history. That is the actual purpose of domain names. That's the actual purpose. Guys, you understood, right? Till here? Till here you understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sai auto renew is there.
Yes, sir.
That is there. Auto renew is there. I have enabled that one because by mistake, if I forget to renew, someone else will take that one. Then I can't get that one back. Correct or not?
Okay.
That is the reason. Yeah. See, that is actual purpose. Okay. But in AWS, there is one more purpose is there for DNS. Okay. One more purpose is there for that. That is, let me explain. In AWS, actually, what you are doing. See, first purpose is instead of giving, see what actually we do. This is my, these are my web servers. Anyways, we attach all the web servers to one load balancer. But load balancer DNS name is not user friendly, not at all user friendly. People cannot remember. That's why from Route 53, I'm going to buy one user friendly domain name that we attach it to load balancer domain name. That domain you can attach to either individual server or load balancer domain name. Okay, that user friendly domain name I give to customers. So they can remember that one easily. So when they try to access, the request will come here, one here, one here, one here. But the request is coming from that user friendly domain name, www.sai.com. Like that. Okay. So here, why are we using this Route 53 domain name? Instead of providing complex, difficult load balancer DNS name to public, I am providing user-friendly domain name to public. I'm repeating as instead of providing this difficult DNS name, load balancer difficult DNS name to public, I'm providing Route 53's user-friendly domain name to public so that they can remember easily. That is the primary reason. That's the first purpose of buying domain name. Guys, you understood this point?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So apart from that, there is one more reason. In Route 53, we are getting one more advantage. That is what I'm going to explain. There is one more advantage. That is, That is, this is my availability zone. Assume that this is my availability zone. Availability zone, guys. Okay, in region you have multiple availability zones, right? This is my availability zone. Assume that in this availability zone I have 2 web servers. Web server 1, web server 2. What I do, what you can do, you can attach these two to load balancer. Correct? You can attach this one to load balancer. Correct or not? So here the purpose of load balancer is to distribute the load. That is fine. Apart from that, the main advantage is even if you lose one server, load balancer is that it will distribute traffic to other server. That means here load balancer is protecting my server. Correct? It is protecting us from server failures. I'm repeating. Load balancer is protecting us from server failure. So we'll assume that you don't have load balancer. You have only one web server. What if you lose your web server? Correct or not? But if you have multiple web servers, if you attach to load balancer, even if you lose one web server, your website will not go down because load balancer will distribute traffic to some other server. Correct? So here, load balancer is protecting us from server failures. Server failures. But the problem is here, what if I lose my availability zone? Correct or not? What if I lose my availability zone? Okay, so now let me take one region. This is a region. In that we have 2 availability zones. In this region, 2 availability zones. Availability zone A, availability zone B, 2 availability zones. Now I have one web server here, one web server here. Okay. So what you can do, you can have load balancer here also. That means you can attach load balancer to servers, which could be in a same availability zone, which could be in other availability zones. That's what we have seen that in auto scaling. One server we launched in one availability zone. Correct? You remember, right? 4 servers we launched, we kept in all 3 availability zones. That means here, suppose let me take one more server. In this case, here 1, 2, 3, 4 web servers are there. If I lose one server, there won't be any problem. Load balancer will distribute traffic to other server. Even if I lose the entire availability zone, still I don't have any problem because load balancer will distribute traffic to the servers which are there in other availability zone. That means in second scenario, load balancer is helping us from availability zone failures also. In first scenario, load balancer is helping us, protecting us from server failure. In second scenario, load balancer is protecting us from availability zone failures. Correct? But what if I lose my entire region? What if I lose my entire region? Then see here. This is one region. One more region. You take any region like one is London. And one is Sydney. 2 regions are there. 2 regions. Okay, so in each region I have 2 servers. Those could be in the same availability zone, could be in different availability zones. Now, anyways, you can have load balancer in region. These are 2 regions. Okay, each region you have multiple servers. Those could be in same availability zone, could be different availability zones. Now, can you have one more load balancer like this? No. Load balancer is an internal part of a region. It's an internal part of any region. I'm repeating, guys. See, load balancer is an internal component of any region. So that's why you can see inside region you can keep, but you can't take out of that region. That is not possible. That means you can't have load balancer here. You can have inside region. Okay. So that means load balancer cannot protect us from regional failures. Correct? At regional level, we don't have anything to help. Correct or not? Okay. So here comes route 53. So what we do here, route 53, we connect to load balancer like this. Route 53 domain name, we connect to multiple load balancer domain names. Okay. So that even if you lose any region, no problem. Route 53 will route traffic to some other region. That means Route 53 is helping us from regional failures. Okay, Route 53 is helping us from regional failures. Load balancer is protecting you from server failures and availability zone failures, but not regional failures. So who is there to help from regional failures? Route 53. So you can connect Route 50 through multiple regions load balancers. So even if you lose one region, no problem. Route 53 will route the traffic to some other region. Got it? So this is second advantage. I'm repeating, guys. The first advantage is instead of providing load balancers difficult DNS name to public, you are giving Route 53's user-friendly domain name to public. The second advantage is Route 53 is protecting you from regional failures. These are the two advantages that we are getting in Route 53. Very, very important, guys. Guys, you understood this one? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now, here, how load balancer distributing traffic? Equally, because load balance, the name itself, balancing one here, one here, one here, one here. That way, that we call round robin. Round robin model. Round robin means one here, one here, one here, one here. Equally, distribution of traffic equally. That is what we call round robin. So 3 servers are there. One here, second here, third here. 4th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. This model we call round robin. So load balancer follows that one. Load balancer distributes equally. Okay, we don't have any customization of that distribution of load at load balancer. Okay, we don't customize. But at Route 53, they are giving options to customize. That means you can define how Route 53 should distribute the traffic. You can define how you want Route 53 should distribute the traffic. What kind of routing, the type, or you can call policy you want. What kind of routing policy you want at Route 53? Like, okay, see, Route 53 should send 10% traffic here, 90% here. That you can define. Okay, 50% here, 50% here. That you can define. For example, it should send 100% here only. If at all my region goes down, then only it should send traffic to this one, kind of failover. If it fails, then only it will switch to this one. So you can have your own routing policy. Routing policy means how you want Route 53 should distribute the traffic between these two regions. Okay, so that policy you can define. Okay, whether it is 100, 0, 50, like you can define your own routing policy. Total, we have 5 routing policies are there. At Route 53 level, we have 5 routing policies. Those are these things. I'm repeating as route policy means how you want Route 53 should distribute the traffic between or among regions. Okay, those are routing policies. Simple, weighted, latency, failover, geolocation. Simple, weighted, latency, failover, geolocation. Let's discuss all these routing policies one by one. Today we'll see theoretically. Next class we are going to see all these things practically. Okay, fine. Now first one. First routing policy is simple routing policy. Guys, in simple routing policy, you attach only one region. One region means in that region VPC you are going to connect. Region means what? VPC you are going to connect. So simple routing policy where you attach only one region only. But in all other routing policies, you can attach more than one. Okay. So simple routing policy. What actually happens in simple routing policy? In simple routing policy, let me write. In simple, you have only one region. See, this is a region, one region, load balancer, web servers. Correct? Web servers. Now, here what you do, this is Route 53. Load balancer DNS name is right. Route 53's DNS name is that you buy. Here, which one is user friendly? Route 53 is user friendly, that we are going to buy. Load balancer DNS stream is not user friendly. What do? You attach these two. Then you give Route 53 DNS stream to public. Then people will use Route 53 DNS stream. The request will come here, one here, one here, one here, like that. Simple routing policy, where you attach only one region to Route 53, one region only. So here, out of 2 advantages, you are getting only one. What is the first one? Instead of providing load balancers difficult DNS stream to public, you are providing Route 53's user-friendly domain name to public. The first one you are getting, first advantage. But second advantage you are not getting. What is the second one? Route 53 is helping you from regional failures. So what if you lose your region? There is no other region, right? You have only one region. So you are not getting second advantage. So when we use this one, if your business is very small, where you have only one region in one country, if it is very small, then you go for simple routing policy. You don't have other region, right? You have only one region. Your business is pretty small. Then you go for this one. First of all, losing region is not so easy, guys. You will never lose. But here you are getting only one advantage. Okay. But in all other routing policies, you are getting all other advantages that I'm going to show you. So first, let me show you simple routing policy. Here, Route 53, one region. It's a region. Okay. So these are default routing policy. That means if you don't choose any routing policy, by default, this will be selected. This is most commonly used when you have a single region that performs a given function for your domain. If you have a single region, then you use this one. See, customers, they access Route 53. It will send that request to that particular region. Got it? Simple routing policy. The next one is a weighted routing policy. Weighted. Weighted means in all other routing policies, you connect multiple regions. Let me show you. This is one region. This is one more region. Load balancer. Okay. Load balancer. Okay, here Route 53. That domain name you give to customers. Now what do? You connect Route 53's domain name to multiple load balancers domain names. Multiple, like here 2. Okay. So what actually happens? So the routing policy you are going to discuss, that is weighted. Weighted means, guys, the name itself suggests weightage. Weightage, right? Based on the weightage. So what you do, you assign some numbers. Suppose if I give 10. Here if I give 90. Route 53 will route 10% traffic to here, 90% traffic to other region. So based on weights that you assign, Route 53 will split the traffic. Suppose you are giving 40. Here 60. So out of 100% traffic customer requests, 40% will go to region, one region. You take any region like London, Sydney. Okay. So 40% will go here, remaining 60% will go here. That means based on the weights that you assign, Route 53 will split the traffic. Will split. Okay. So 40 here, 60 here. Then load balancer will do its work. In that 40, one here, one here, one here, one here. Load balancer is having its own. It follows its own way. That is what weighted routing policy. See here, based upon the weights that you assign. Weighted routing policies let you split your traffic. Based upon the weights that you assign. Weights. See here 20% weightage, 80%. So 20% to this region, so 80% to this. See here, one region, 80% to other region. That is what weighted routing policy. Okay. And third one is latency. Latency means network delay. Correct. The meaning of latency is network delay. Okay, network delay. See here, what actually happens here. Suppose one customer is trying to access the website. That website is there in both locations. But Route 53 will decide that if I send his request to London, assume that, if Route 53 send his request to London region, to get response, it is taking some 5 minutes. Actually, that will be milliseconds only, but assume that 5 minutes. If it send that request to Sydney, it is taking 7 minutes to get the response. So here, Sydney, it is taking more time. That's why Route 53 will send that request to London region. That means Route 53 will decide that, okay, Route 53 will make sure that it is sending request to the region from where it is getting quick response, where latency is less. See, at the end of the day, users should access website quickly, correct? So Route 53 will always make sure that it is sending request to the region from where it is getting quick response. Assume that after 1 hour, here it is taking some 8 minutes. Here it is taking 7 minutes to get the response. So Route 53 immediately will send the request to Sydney. Okay, that is based upon the network latency. Based on that, assume that here in London, climatic conditions are not good. Okay, it's cloudy, rainy, and all. Okay, assume that user is in Paris. Even though he is very near to London, but still in London, climatic conditions are not good. But in Sydney, it's full sunny and good weather. So obviously, that request it goes faster, right? Okay. So from Sydney, he's getting quick response. Yeah, Route 53 will route that request to Sydney. That means purely based on network latency. Okay, for that you might be thinking, Sai, how does Route 53 come to know that from here it is getting quick response, from here it is taking more time? So Route 53, before it sends customer request, Route 53 will send its own internal ping request. Then it will calculate the time. Okay, to get the response, it is taking some 5 minutes. To get the response, it is taking 7 minutes. Always it continues to do this one. So that means always Route 53 has the data about the latency. Now when they try to access, the request will be routed to London because here it is getting quick response. Okay, that is purely based on network latency. Okay, let me show you. Here you can see user Route 53, 2 regions. So to get the response from first region, it is, we are getting response within 100 milliseconds. But here it is saying 300 milliseconds. Okay. See, in that case, Route 53 will send the request to the first region because here less time, right? That means I'm getting quick response. Latency-based routing allows you to route your traffic based on the lowest network latency. Based on lowest network latency for your end user. That means the region from where you are getting faster response. Okay, to that region, it will send the request. Always it will try to make sure that user is getting response within no time, within less time. That is what latency. The next one is failover. Guys, the name itself you understood by listening to the name failover. That means one fails, then only it will send request to other. Let me explain. Failover. That means in this case, Route 53, see, suppose in this I would like to have primary and standby setup. This I want this one as primary. This one I would like to have secondary. Main and standby, kind of. So I want Route 53 should send 100% traffic to primary only. Because of any reason, if I lose my region, then Route 53 should redirect the traffic to standby region automatically. Failover. If it fails, then second one is act like a disaster recovery. DR site we call disaster recovery. Standby, guys, simple standby. Like, this is main power supply. This is inverter. If you lose power supply, immediately all electron, appliances will be switched to inverter. So if you get your supply back, these connections will come back automatically. Correct or not? That is how it works, right? If you lose your supply, all will be connections will be switched to inverter. All these appliances, electric appliances, they will run on inverter. If you get power supply back, then all will come back. Correct? That is how it works. Okay. That means I want one region should work at a time. If I lose my primary region, that should be switched to secondary standby. If I bring my primary region up, then automatically connection should come back to primary because this is a primary, right? Main. Okay, that is so. Now you might be thinking, Sai, how does route 53? Okay, come to know that my primary region is down. Yeah, now I'll tell you. The way load balancer is checking the health of these two servers, route 53 will check the health of these load balancer every now and then. That health check we discussed in load balancer. In that manner, route 53 checks health of load balancer of only primary. Standby no need, right? Because see, car Stephanie is there. We keep the Stephanie always ready only. We need not to verify every now and then. Correct or not? So route 53 will check the health of load balancer. If my servers are down, my load balancer will be down. If load balancer is down, then route 53 will come to that, yes, this is down. Then immediately it will redirect the traffic to Sydney. That means route 53 will send ping request to load balancer, whether it is getting response or not. The moment it is not getting response, yes, immediately the request will be routed to standby. When you troubleshoot and all, when you bring this one up, all connections will back to this one, and again Sydney will go to in a standby mode. That is what failover. You can see. Failover routing policies are used when you want to have active passive setup. Active. See here, user route 53, these active, these are passive. Primary standby. Because of any reason, see right now all requests are being routed to primary active. If at all any reason, if I lose my region, then it will stop sending traffic to that region. It will redirect the traffic to standby region. Okay, that is, see here. Example, you may want your primary site in one region and secondary disaster recovery site. Disaster recovery. If something disastrous happens to primary, second one acting like a recovery site. Okay, that's why we call disaster recovery site. Route 53 will monitor the health of primary site. See, Route 53 will monitor health. Okay, by using health check. If at all health fails, then only request will be routed to standby. Health check and all, same like load balancer. Okay. And the final one is geolocation routing policy. By name itself, we can understand. It's purely based on geographical location. Geolocation. That means, see, you might have observed, right? Suppose you open Amazon, you want to buy something in India. You are from India, you want to buy something from Amazon.com. You can see all prices in rupees. Correct? Sometimes you might have observed Hindi language or other Indian native languages. Simple example. When I type here google.com, what is this here? Indian languages, Hindi, this, okay, Telugu, Marathi, Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada. You can see, right? The Bengali, yes, Bengali, right? You can see different languages, okay. different. Suppose you might have tried, I don't know if you had been abroad, been to abroad anytime. There you just type Google. Then you can see their local languages. For example, if you do that in Singapore, Malaysia, then you can see Malayalam language, Tamil, their native languages, like that. Okay. So that's all. So how does Google know that I'm from India? Because when I type google.com, my request, DNS request is being originated in India. In India. So Google come to that, hey, the request is coming from India. So everything we should show in a Indian region. That is so. Same thing, simple example. You try to buy something from Amazon. You can see all prices in rupees. Suppose if you are doing the same thing in US, UK. In UK, you will find in pounds. In US, you will find in dollars. In Singapore, in Malaysia, ringgits. Correct? So same thing. What I want, if a customer is from let me take two other regions. Okay, one is Mumbai, and one is US. That's what California something. US. So I want if a customer is from India, okay, his request should be routed to Mumbai region, because here I configure prices in local currency, language, local language, Hindi and all. If a customer is from US, his request should be routed to California. That means purely based upon geographical location, from where user is searching. Okay, so from where I see, if I type Google in my laptop now, from where I'm right now, I'm in India. That means DNS query is being originated from India. So purely based upon user geographical location, I want to redirect the traffic to their respective regions. That's what geolocation. Okay, geolocation. See here, if a customer is from European Union, EU, his request should be routed to Europe. If he's from US, his request should be routed to US, like that. See, geolocation routing policy. Geolocation routing lets you choose where your traffic will be sent based upon geographic location of your users. That is from where the DNS queries are being originated. Simple, you might want to see all queries from Europe should be routed to fleet, means group of EC2 instances that are specially configured for Europe customers. European customer request should be routed to Europe servers, where you configure local language, European language, prices in euros and all, like that. Okay, so in that case we use geolocation routing policy. Okay, so these are 5 routing policies that you can choose what you want. You can't have both in one go. You can't have multiple routing policies in one go. For example, see, I want to have geolocation plus weighted. Weighted means here I'm giving some 30 weightage, here 70 weightage. User, and you are configuring geolocation also. User is from India. One side you are saying that his request should come to India only. And suppose, okay, all customers are 100% customers are from India. So as per geolocation, all requests should be come to Mumbai only. But you are giving weightage also. Again, you are saying that in that 70% should go to California also. There is a conflict, right? You can have any one, not all. Okay. At the same time, you are configuring what failover. You are saying that all requests should be routed to Mumbai only. If at all it goes wrong, then only there. Again, you are giving weighted 70 there. That's a conflict, right? Okay. So that's, you can have only one. So these are different routing policies that we are going to. I'm going to show you practically all these things, guys. Tomorrow in next class, I'm going to show practically. Then you'll get clear picture that yes, how people are using this one. Actually, what is happening in companies. Okay. These are about routing policies. Okay. So all these things we'll see in our next class. Okay. Yeah. Today I'll be sharing this PPT. If you have any doubts, you can ask me now.
Hi, sir. So we have
Tell the slide.
if you purchase that domain, then we have to assign some IP to that domain. So we have to set a child name server or web server IP. So that will be get auto assigned, or we have to do it.
That I'll show you right in next class. Then you'll understand. I'm going to show that one practically.
Right. Okay.
Sorry, what is this? Tell the slide. It did not open. Okay. Okay. Right.
Any doubts?
Sai,
Yes.
Sai, it is weightage is locally distributed or 80%?
Locally means it will be distributed between regions based upon the weight that you assign.
On what parameters do you assign that weightage?
Wait, yes, there are some parameters are there. Why I did not explain that one? Because while showing practical only I can explain. See here, you might be getting doubts. Whether it's based on number of requests out of 100, 30 here, 70 here, or out of 1 hour, first is 30 minutes time here, remaining, like that. So whether it's a time based or number of requests based, okay, number of users, that I'll explain tomorrow. Okay, in next, I mean, in next class when I show practicals.
Sai,
Okay, sir.
Faraz, there is a edge location, right? We cannot see latency routing calls.
No, edge location purpose is different. That I will explain when I talk about CloudFront. Those are also there to avoid latency only. When I explain
Okay.
CloudFront, then you will understand that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hello, Sai.
Yes, please.
Like elastic load balancer health check. Is there any health check for Route 53?
No. That is the highest level. See, in India, there is no other code to check Supreme Court. That's the highest level. Okay, so it is final decision. Okay. Yeah, there should be some limit, right?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, which routing policy we will use in our
No. That I won't explain now because I'll show practicals of all 5. Then I will tell you which one we use because I need to explain the reasons also, which one we are using.
okay.
Sir, hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we can use only single policy at a time.
Yes,
It is right.
at a time only one only.
Okay.
Sorry, where does auto scaling comes here, like under load balance?
See, all these servers are right. These we are going to launch by using auto scaling, not manually. Got it? Understood?
Yes.
మమ్మీ ఓడుస్తుందా కొద్దిసేపు
Any more doubts from anyone?
No, sir.
No doubts? Yeah, fine. That's it, guys, for today.
Tomorrow class is there.
Yeah. Tomorrow, we have a holiday, right? Ganesh Chaturthi, right?
Yes.
Yeah, fine. So tomorrow there won't be any class. Enjoy the festival, everyone. Our next class will be on Monday. Okay, see you all on Monday's class. Okay.
థ్యాంక్ యూ
Yeah. So enjoy these
Happy
3 days.
Ganesh Chaturthi.
You are getting 3 days holidays. Please, utilize this time. You enjoy. I'm not saying that don't enjoy. Please do revise all these things. Okay. So that after this course, you need not to spend much time for revision and all if you utilize the time. Okay. Yeah. Thank you all, guys. See you on Monday's class. Yeah. So
Thank
happy Ganesh Chaturthi to you all. Thank you. Bye, guys. Have a nice day.
థ్యాంక్ యూ
Yeah.